Can I just say, in terms of the Haley and DeSantis debate first, we have a lot to talk about. But I was surprised, Joy, to see them come out immediately, horns locked immediately, kill, unrelentingly. There's obviously a lot of personal antipathy between the two of them. There's no, like, mutual respect, you're the loyal opposition kind of thing. Like, they clearly hate each other, and from the very first syllable, we're just out to destroy each other, and neither of them laying a glove on Trump at all.
Yeah, I have to say, the note that I took on the debate and on watching them battle each other, as you said, and not Donald Trump, is it felt like this debate was taking place on a different planet from the planet we live on. Because the planet we live on is the one in which the attorney for the former president of the United States said that he had the legal authority to kill a man using SEAL Team 6, like to order a hit. A political opponent. Right, yes. To kill a political rival. Like, to me, that is such a kind of, it's such a show-stopping, stop the universe, we need to talk about this moment. I was shocked that that was not the first question out of to be honest, that the first question was, why should Iowa voters choose you rather than your opponent, which got them fighting each other? But that is such an existential threat to our democracy that it is shocking to me that it didn't come up, and that neither of them brought it up. I mean, Chris Christie brought it up on his own. And because remember, Mark Esper said Donald Trump did tell him to shoot people. So it's not as if this is theoretical for Trump. Like, for the guy they're ostensibly running against, he did tell his defense secretary, why can't you shoot those protesters? So that's not something for him that's theoretical. But it just didn't exist in this debate. So everything they talked about felt so irrelevant. It felt so small. It felt like they were just nitpicking at each other, and none of it seemed important at all.
The criticism, the substantive criticism that they levied at Trump was that he added to the deficit and they didn't build the wall.
Over and over again.
And that's the crisis.
That's
that the wall's not finished.
And the gas tax. You know, I think today's biggest news, as you started off the show saying, is about Governor Christie dropping out of the race, and his presence at this debate, or his lack of presence, I should say, his absence was very noticeable. I mean, he is the person who would have, in the first hour of that debate we all just watched, stood up, raised his hand politely, maybe not, and said, what are we doing here, right? I mean, we just heard the former defense secretary say the former president told me he would shoot people in the street, and that was absent. And instead, you know, I've done a lot of campaigns. This reminded me of kind of like a Senate or gubernatorial debate a little bit, where they each had the opposition research book when you have on a campaign, where you have every vote and every detail of your opponent, and they're just spitting it out, Nikki Haley a little bit more gracefully than Ron DeSantis, at each other. And I was also thinking, and Joy and I talked about this a little bit, if you're at home, you still are trying to get votes from these debates, right? And if you're at home and you're watching, you're thinking, what are they talking about?
Why should I vote for either of these two?
Am I going to go to the caucus? It's going to be -10. Let's see. Well, I guess I'll go to DeSantis lies. Whatever.
Exactly.
And just, that'll be how I decide whether or not I'm going to.
You know, one of the pieces of advice you never had to say out loud to candidates, until I guess now, is when you're out there, do try to be likable. I mean, you know, that isn't even a factor now in Republican campaigning for the presidency. And maybe they're taking that from Trump, right? Who, by all normal human observations, is the most unlikable person who's ever asked for a vote, right? And so, and he got the votes of Republicans. And so maybe they think this audience wants to see nasty. I'm here to do nasty.
Yeah, I mean, on the politics, they have to convince people through this debate and the little time they have left that there is an alternative to Trump that they could unify behind. And you just showed, Rachel, Chris Christie speaking to that, and there can only be one. But instead of offering an alternative to Trump, they were offering different websites. RonDeSantis.com, DeSantis Lies, and that kind of piffling small ball.